Imagine yourself in the middle of winter, surrounded by snow-covered mountains in a cozy alpine chalet. At the center of the table sits a pot of slowly melting cheese, while friends and family gather around, sharing stories and laughter. Today, we are exploring the history of fondue, one of the world's most famous cheese dishes. But this story is about much more than food. It's a tale of survival, community, and Swiss identity. When people hear the word fondue, they immediately think of Switzerland. More specifically, many associate it with Fribourg, a canton in western Switzerland that is considered one of the dish's spiritual homes. Yet the origins of fondue go back much further than most people realize. During the Middle Ages, farmers and shepherds living in the Swiss Alps faced long and unforgiving winters. Heavy snowfall often cut off villages from the outside world for weeks at a time. Fresh food became scarce, and people relied on ingredients that could survive the cold season. Two staples stood out above all others: hard cheese and stale bread. Over time, Alpine communities searched for ways to make these aging ingredients more enjoyable. Hardened pieces of cheese were melted over a fire, often mixed with local wine to create a smoother texture. Stale bread was then dipped into the warm mixture, transforming simple leftovers into a hearty and satisfying meal. Without realizing it, these mountain villagers were creating the foundation of what would later become fondue. The word fondue comes from the French verb fondre, meaning to melt. The dish developed in the French-speaking regions of Switzerland, where melted cheese became a practical solution to a common problem: how to make preserved foods taste fresh and comforting during the harsh winter months. For centuries, fondue remained a humble peasant dish. It was not considered luxurious or sophisticated. Instead, it was a practical meal shared among families who needed warmth, nourishment, and a way to make the most of what they had. The first written references to fondue appeared in the 18th century. Interestingly, these early recipes were quite different from the versions we know today. Some included eggs, while others used much smaller amounts of cheese. Yet the core idea remained the same, combining simple ingredients into a warm communal meal. By the 19th century, Switzerland's dairy industry was flourishing. The country's lush alpine meadows provided ideal conditions for cattle, and cheese production expanded rapidly. Regional cheeses such as Gruyère and Vacherin Fribourgeois became highly respected throughout the country. This growth helped elevate fondue from a local tradition to a more recognized regional specialty. In Fribourg, cheesemakers developed techniques that gave their products distinctive flavors and textures. Many Swiss food historians argue that the region played a crucial role in shaping the modern fondue recipe. One of the most famous variations is the Fribourg-style fondue, often made with Vacherin Fribourgeois cheese. Unlike many harder cheeses, Vacherin melts into an exceptionally smooth and creamy consistency. Some recipes use it alone, while others combine it with Gruyère to create a richer and more complex flavor profile. Despite its long history, fondue was still not considered a national dish at the beginning of the 20th century. It remained largely regional, enjoyed mostly in certain parts of Switzerland. That would soon change. In the 1930s, Switzerland faced a challenge. Cheese production had increased significantly, creating large surpluses. To encourage domestic consumption, the Swiss Cheese Union launched an ambitious marketing campaign. Their goal was simple: convince Swiss citizens that fondue was not just a regional specialty, but a national treasure. The campaign proved remarkably successful. Advertisements, cookbooks, and promotional events encouraged families across the country to embrace fondue. The message was powerful. Sharing a pot of melted cheese represented Swiss values of unity, cooperation, and tradition. As fondue spread throughout Switzerland, it became more than just a meal. It evolved into a social ritual. Families and friends gathered around a single pot, each person dipping bread into the same shared dish. The experience encouraged conversation, laughter, and togetherness. The dish gained even greater importance during World War II. Cheese and bread remained relatively accessible compared to many other foods. fondue offered a practical, affordable, and nutritious meal at a time when resources were limited. Its popularity continued to grow throughout the war years and beyond. Following the war, Switzerland experienced a tourism boom. Visitors from around the world traveled to the Alps to ski, hike, and enjoy the country's spectacular landscapes. Along the way, many encountered fondue for the first time. Mountain restaurants and ski lodges began serving bubbling pots of melted cheese to curious travelers. Tourists returned home with stories of this unique Swiss dining experience, helping fondue gain international recognition. By the 1950s and 1960s, the dish had become one of Switzerland's most famous culinary exports. Over the years, fondue developed its own traditions and customs. One of the most famous involves dropping a piece of bread into the cheese. Depending on the region, the unlucky diner may have to buy a round of drinks, sing a song, or perform a playful challenge. These light-hearted rules add to the communal spirit that makes fondue so memorable. The equipment used for fondue also became iconic. The traditional ceramic pot, known as a caquelon, is designed to distribute heat evenly and prevent the cheese from burning. Long fondue forks allow diners to dip bread safely into the hot mixture while maintaining the shared experience around the table. Perhaps the most treasured part of the meal comes at the very end. As the cheese cooks, a golden crust forms at the bottom of the pot. In Switzerland, this prized layer is known as la religieuse. Many fondue enthusiasts consider it the most delicious part of the entire dish. Today, fondue is enjoyed far beyond Switzerland's borders. New variations have emerged, including meat fondue and chocolate fondue, yet the traditional Swiss cheese fondue remains the most beloved and culturally significant version. Whether enjoyed in a rustic chalet overlooking the Alps or in a restaurant thousands of miles away, fondue carries centuries of history within a single pot. It tells the story of mountain communities, resourceful farmers, and a nation that transformed a simple survival meal into a symbol of its identity. Perhaps that is the true magic of fondue. It slows people down. It encourages conversation. It turns a meal into a shared experience. In a world that often moves too fast, fondue reminds us of the value of gathering together and enjoying a moment of connection. So the next time you dip a piece of bread into melted cheese, remember that you are tasting more than just a meal. You are experiencing a tradition that has traveled from the snowy valleys of Fribourg through centuries of history to reach your table today.